wasn't in school, she had some special help required. My wife would be passing me on 3 days, going down to take her to the special hospital.
I mean, all I want is my parents, I don't know, to an extent, it's not my business, they helped me with the daycare. Because my mom at that time was, she was living on the Cape, I think she was well in her 70s, she was on her 70s. My mother wasn't overly well, and my dad was out of state. So, you know, I know my parents, for a time, they had a $4,000.
Welcome, everybody. All set, people?
Yes.
Welcome to the zoning board meeting of February 25th, 2025. My name's Marty Akins, I'm the chairman. I'd like to congratulate my new vice chairman, Mr. Chen, on my left, Mr. Himmel, board member, Miss Barry, board member, Miss O'Brien's a board member, our clerk, Mrs. Griffin, to my right, and the head of inspectional services, Director Conlon, behind me. If you got a cell phone, please put it on silent or vibrate, not to interrupt the meeting. If you're gonna speak, please step outside. Could I make a motion to waive the reading in the last minutes?
Yes, Mr. Chairman,
March 11th.
move to accept and waive the reading of the minutes from previous meeting.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Could I, under old business, I got a letter here, they wanna move 23 Claremont until March 11th. Could I have a motion, please?
Yes, so Mr. Chairman, on ZBA 24-79, Ever 8 Properties LLC petitioner and owner for a variance to subdivide the parcel, construct a 2-family dwelling on one parcel, and while retaining the existing 5-unit structure on the second parcel on the premises numbered 23 Claremont Avenue, Quincy, Massachusetts, and move to reschedule that to March 11th, 2025.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Under new business, ZBA 25-1. Oh, yeah. If anyone's gonna speak tonight, could you please stand and take an oath? Mr. Chin, if you could, please. If you're gonna say anything tonight at that microphone, you need to take an oath.
You need to stand and take an oath if you're going to present this evening.
Or testify, or anything. If you're coming up to this mic, you have to take an oath. Mr. Chin?
Yeah. If you're going to speak in favor or against, you still have to take the oath, okay? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matters now in hearing? Yes, thank you.
ZBA 25-1, Alan Tosca, petitioner for a variance to extend the number of stories on the structure from 2 to 3. On the master, wants a master suite in the premises, 1427 Quincy Shore Drive. Now, I looked at your application, and before we even get into it, you have a full 3rd floor up there.
Yes.
So we don't allow 3rd floors in zone residence A. So what I would suggest, and it's up to the board members, which you'll probably agree, is to take your roof, make it a 2.5-story house, and then put 2 dormers in the front, maybe 2 dormers on the back, because that right there is a regular 3-story house.
Correct.
And if you get that, he'll want one, she'll want one, the guy down the street. They're lining up already to do this now. We've already had a couple that would decline, and we told them what they have to do. So your roof here, if you make a regular roof and put some dormers up here, whatever you're gonna do for your roof, and then put 2 dormers on each side to get something out of your attic.
Yes, because we are using only the half of the square footage on the attic. We're using only about 400 square feet.
If you're using 20 square feet, you still got a 3rd story. It's a whole story here on the ends, both ends of story, a 3rd story. I look at that building, it's 3
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So what I don't understand is like you're proposing to have a 3rd story by dormers or,
yeah. You're gonna use your attic by putting dormers on each side,
correct?
not by having a 3rd floor. So you're gonna have a 2.5-story house. Then you're gonna put a couple dormers, 2 6-foot dormers on each side, and do what you gotta do to make it work for you and your house. If you wanna go down and see Mr. Conlon, he'd be more than happy
Okay.
to help you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Maybe you wanna put something like that, and then you can go up on his roof and then and give him more room.
Okay.
So there's ways to do it.
So by doing that, do we have to come again through zoning
You're
board?
gonna have to come here again, and we're gonna have to look at your plan and approve it, yes. So when can you get that new set of drawings to us?
You don't have
Okay.
to start the procedure from the beginning, you just need to.
We're just gonna move your date,
Okay,
so you don't have to do all that again.
all right.
Everyone agree with that?
Yes.
You have to bring new drawings,
Yeah, sure, of course.
elevation.
So, when could you have that done? How long would it take you?
I can have it done by tomorrow.
All right.
Without talking to Mr. Conlon?
Or I wish I knew that.
I'd suggest you see Mr. Conlon, he'll probably give you some better ideas how to get more space up there with a couple dormers on each side, 6-foot dormers.
Okay,
And maybe just put a little extension each side as your 2.5 goes up, so you can have a little space up there.
of course.
That looks good.
The 25th, 3:25? What do we get next meeting?
The 11th, the next meeting, we only have currently 3.
But what's on the old business?
Only on the
Just
old
one?
business is Claremont 1.
All right, why don't we do that?
Do
Can
the
can you
11th?
get them to us in a week?
Yes,
All
I
right,
can.
see, go down there and see him. Talk to him about it, or talk to him on the phone, whatever you want, and see him after the meeting here for a minute. He'll give you a rough idea what you want.
Of course.
We only got one more case. But that way there, the drawings have to be in her hands a week ahead of we come here. We come here in 2 weeks.
Yep,
So you got a week to get them to her next
yeah,
Tuesday.
I will
right?
make sure.
Great.
Okay,
We have a motion,
Yeah,
please?
Mr. Chairman, ZBA 25-1,
Move it to the 11th, right?
yes,
Yes.
All right.
Edmund Tosca petitioner for a variance to extend the number of stories on the structure from 2 to 3 to create a master suite on the premises numbered 1427 Quincy Shore Drive, Quincy. I move to continue the matter to March 11th, 2025.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. All right, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Further on tonight's agenda, 108 Albatross, ZBA 25-5, Manuel Paver for a petitioner for a variance to expand the existing basement to construct a 25 by 25 basketball court in the premise number 108 Albatross. Is Mr. Bird moving in? You have the floor. Name and address for the record.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is Manuel Paiva. I represent the homeowner, Long Van. He is supposed to be here tonight, but I don't see him. My address is 20 Varsity Place in Bridgewater, Mass. The subject, as you mentioned, is 108 Albatross Road. The property owner has resided at this residence for 10 years. His home was built in the 1950s per city records. In the package is some photographs of the existing house, landscaping, stonework. He's very meticulous on his yard, so it's kept up all the time. The property is also a subject of a ZBA application approval 23-66, which was granted on October 10th, 2023, to raise the structure and build a new one in the same footprint. We recently were in front of this board for a 6-month extension, and that extension was basically for what we're presenting tonight. And that approval is to build a 25 by 58 two-story home, which is shown on the site plans in front of you. This proposal was discussed at the open zoning board clinic meeting with Mr. Conlon, Long Van, and myself back in September of 2024, before we made the application. The scope of work is to extend the existing basement by 625 feet to the west, which equates to 25 by 25 exterior dimensions, to create an enclosed basketball court for the use of his family. His children are avid competition basketball players, and this will allow them to practice at home rather than going traveling to a public court. The site plan in front of you shows that we're proposing to use the pre-existing side yard variance of 6.7, which is along the back of the property, and the front yard setback of 17.7 off of Albatross Road. And those were the two pre-existing approved setbacks, which is looking to extend those. So the setback variance we're looking for would be on the west side, meeting 5.9, so just under 6 feet to the edge of that foundation. In the floor plan in your packet, it shows you it's a half court, so it's basically one basketball net with the painted lines. There will be a second means of egress out of that court per inspection services, so there's a window.
Right.
There's a window that opens up, you come out to a ladder way, and there's a ladder that comes up. So that's based on inspection services comments before they accepted the
You still
application.
can go into your basement the other way. too.
Yes, sir, that's just emergency exit. only.
Right, the way I looked at it, okay.
And if I had the aerial slide, you could kind of see it in the photo sims. This 25 by 25 area is underneath an existing patio.
Right.
The patio goes property line to property line, where this would be inside of that. So all that concrete patio blocks would be removed, excavated, foundation put in, and we're gonna do precast concrete slabs, similar to what you see in a parking garage. Pre-engineered slabs that would go over it, and then he would have his deck back. On the elevation, on the front elevation, you'll see dotted on the left side, the stairway coming down to the new court, and you can see the window in the foreground.
Yep.
So again, we are seeking a one-dimensional setback from this board. Side setback requirement is 13 feet. We are requesting a variance of 7.1, which equates to the 5.9 that we're meeting. Use the existing 6.6 and the existing 17.7. There's no change to the architecture, so on the previously zoning board approval, the home will still be in harmony with the neighborhood, no change to architecture. Again, it will increase values in the neighborhood, home values. This court will be underground, so not even visible from the street. The patio area will remain, it'll be removed and put back. And on some hardship here, the lot is an odd shape. It's narrow, and it's a long rectangle. It's 50 feet deep, 117 feet long. In the packet, right underneath my summary, I gave you a colorized exhibit that basically showed the setbacks. If we were to comply with the setbacks, you would have a buildable width of about 12 feet, which is the same presentation I gave you one with the home. The approved dwelling is shown on that plan in blue. The existing basement is shown in brown. The lot is also pre-existing non-conforming in area. 7,650 square foot is required for minimum lot size. This lot is only 5,519. It's also pre-existing non-conforming in width, where it's only 50 feet deep, where 85 is required. So in closing, since this will not be visible to the neighborhood, the plans are still in harmony. It's going to be an underground structure underneath an existing patio, so we're not even getting rid of any impervious area. I know there were comments from the DPW, a lot of them based on construction methods and stuff. Unfortunately, I did not get all the answers. I reviewed
They'll
it.
send you another one, they'll be waiting for your reply.
Right, and I know I'll answer that during the building permit
Before you get
process.
it, right.
But I did review that, so if there's any questions on those, I got some answers, but most of them are gonna be, we need to hire the engineer for the concrete
that's-
slabs and
Mr.
the
Klein will take care of
the general contractor for means and methods. So I had a slide presentation, but it's basically what you have in your packet.
Exactly. So the
So-
only thing we're doing here anyway, I mean, the house is already approved. We're just approving putting your 25 by 25 basketball court underground.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I have no questions. I know it's not even gonna be visible. God bless you, had a lot of money for a basketball half court.
Yep.
Someone must be really good in that house.
Is this in the flood zone?
No, it is just outside. So there's a flood map in the packet. The updated flood line goes right on the edge of the property. Although we will waterproof this and put a French drain around it, because he doesn't wanna do this and have
You're gonna be
water
20
come on the
feet
floor.
down, right,
Right.
right.
All right, thank you.
Right. Mr. Himmel, any questions?
No, he just answered.
Barry?
No, no questions.
I'm good.
You can have a seat. Is there anyone that wants to speak in favor? First call, second call, third call? Well, I have a letter here from the DPW, it's gotta be read into the record. Whoops. Can I do it? Can I just, here it is. Sorry about
John's
that.
gonna read that, okay?
Sorry about that. Oh,
Mr. Himmel.
another guy.
Oh, sure, it's 9
your pace.
pages, right?
Yeah. Mr. Himmel, thank you.
No problem. 108 Albatross, case number ZBA 25-5. We've reviewed the submittal for above reference project, and our comments are as follows. Number one, specify how much impervious area will be increased due to development. 2, provide plans showing the layout of utility and grading. 3, explain how the surface runoff will be discharged and treated. Looks like the surface runoff from the driveway will flow into the garage, explaining how runoff will be disposed. Number 4, provide dimension and grade for all paving areas and all driveway entrances. Number 5, will there be any fill or change of grade due to development? 6, existing lot parcel should be consolidated into one lot parcel for development. The consolidation plan shall be recorded in the Registry of Deeds, Norfolk County. 7, discuss how to control the groundwater during construction, provide details on dewatering process on the site for deep excavation. Number 8, provide narrative on how to minimize the ground movement due to deep excavation. Also, provide measures on how to protect the abutting properties from any ground movement, provide details on the support of excavation for the basement construction. Plans do not show the location of stockpile and/or staging areas for construction equipment, materials. Given the magnitude of the proposed development, it's unclear as to how the development will be constructed without utilizing adjacent right-of-way. 10, basement wall shall be waterproofed and designed by a professional engineer. 11, all temporary work for support of excavation shall be designed and signed by a professional engineer. A method statement for the basement construction should also be provided. 12, upon completion of the project, as-built plan showing all utilities, building footprints need to be submitted along with a digital file.
Call on part of the hearing closed. Is there anyone opposed or undecided? First call, second call, third call. Counselor, you want to say anything?
Just more curiosity comments.
Can you play that?
Yeah, can Mark Shana crank that out? Dave McCarthy, 48 Whitney Road, Ward 1 Counselor. I didn't hear from any of the neighbors, and I know we've probably blanketed the area. I know when I looked at it, it's the first time I think anybody's dealt with the underground basketball court. I was just a little concerned on the size. I know that we approved it, and I was looking at the plans, the house itself. I just didn't want us to get into another predicament where we have a very, very large home on a very, I don't know what the square footage is for the lot. It's not that big.
5,800.
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave it up to the board, but that was my one concern, was just having a big home on the corner there and not having enough land to make it look right, if you know what I mean. I know we've had a couple of those instances. I know I've talked to Rob a little bit about trying to come forth with something down the road in zoning where we proportion somehow around our rules and regs so that we have the right size home on the right size lot, and that was my only concern.
I know.
I know Long, the owner, he's a good
Yeah,
guy, and
yeah.
and I know they're gonna do a good job, but that was my only concern. But I didn't hear from anybody in that neighborhood, and they usually a little vocal, so that was surprising.
This was done like, a year and a half ago, 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
And then the only thing we're doing, you're not even gonna see, it's all underground.
Right, so that notice that went out months ago was the notice. There was no notice this time. Was there another notice that went out for this
Yeah.
plan?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, okay, so there was another notice that talked about the house and the change with the basketball
The basketball
court.
court.
The basketball court exclusively, which
That's
Just
all we
basketball
talked about.
court.
That's all we talked about, because the house was already done.
Yeah, that might, yeah.
That's why they probably
this
didn't
is the public
understand.
hearing notice.
Yeah.
I don't recall there being that much opposition when they.
No,
came in.
no, they were all good neighbors, we were all
Yeah.
buddies,
No, I just wanted to make sure this didn't throw anybody off,
yeah.
saying they're gonna put a
Anyone
basketball.
that spoke against it was the council, no.
No, it's just that they're gonna put a basketball court in, and they're thinking it's a regular basketball court, gonna be out on the patio.
Yeah, no,
But it's
all
not.
on the-
Oh,
right.
no. Yeah.
Right.
Like I
All
said, Janik might wanna rent
Big
it.
bucks, big bucks.
They'll have your
Okay.
friends.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor, thanks for hanging in for us. We'll call that part of the hearing closed. I'll be voting in favor. It's just a basketball court on the ground.
Yeah, cool. So,
Next door neighbors, I don't know how to, when to jump in.
All right, come here. I already asked if you was wanting to speak in favor.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where to.
I already
jump
asked
in.
if anyone wants to speak opposition or undecided. Oh, where are you?
Undecided.
You're up, go ahead.
Okay, sorry about this.
I'll give you a shot.
This is new to me. Yeah, so I have no opposition to
Yeah.
the plans. My main concern is I'm the direct neighbor,
Yep,
is I'd like to have the engineering plans looked at to make sure there's no damage to the house.
no question.
So that would be my only thing I just
Yeah.
want on the record, so.
did you
that
give
would
his
be it.
name and address?
No,
Name and
Sorry,
address?
Sean Ryan, 100 Albatross Road, so
Alright.
immediately next to it.
Going up.
Going up to
Yeah.
the left, if
Right.
you're looking at the house.
So you'd be beside the basketball court. on one
Exactly.
side. So that's
Yeah.
on the ground, but you're worrying about something happening to your house.
Exactly.
All right, I'll throw in there, he'll go over and film your house for you. How's that?
Sorry, what was that?
He'll go over and film your house, if anything happens to your house,
Sure.
how's that?
Yeah, as long
Right?
as, yeah, I
You
just
don't
want
let him
another.
in, you lose the film.
Sounds fine. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
So
All
I
right,
think
let's get
DPW
back-
had substantial interest in, this being properly engineered, so.
Properly engineered, there you go.
12
We'll,
points.
we'll put that, have a seat. It's our turn. I'll be voting in favor with the condition that he films 100s, goes to his foundation and stuff, and just put a film together for the neighbor. And if anything happens during construction, he's going down 20 feet, anything could happen, hit rock, something, who knows?
So you want to film him during the construction?
Film it before, that's all. Film it before he starts digging.
Did he ask for an engineer, his engineer to review it?
No, the city does that.
Oh, no, but I thought that was.
He wanted an engineer to go over it, well, the city does that. City makes sure that all that stuff's done.
Okay.
I'll be voting in favor.
I'm in favor, given the DPW's oversight of the project.
Yep.
In favor as well, especially considering their interest in proper engineering, so.
In favor.
Likewise.
Have a motion, please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, in ZBA 25-5, Manuel Paiva, petitioner for a variance to expand the existing basement to construct a 25-foot by 25-foot basketball court on the premises numbered 108 Albatross Road in Quincy. Make a motion to approve the petition with the express condition that filming be conducted prior to the commencement of construction and digging
At 100 Albatross Road. All right.
at 100 Albatross Road.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Okay, thank you. Do you have a motion, adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.